abilities based on path and level of Cavalier. So you buy in XP cost at 3rd hit dice and you pick a path. This path is permanent for your mount, okay? So if your mount dies, you can select a new path for your new mount. But say you want to be Juggernaut and give your horse mount immunity to fear, and then at 6th level immunity to paralysis, at 9th level immunity to poison, etc. down the line. Or you want to make a beast, you pick a crocodile as your mount as a Gripply Ranger, right? You want to give him racial abilities. Say you pick this option and you give it extra speed, water breathing, natural armor, fast healing 1, fast healing 2, fast healing 3, etc. Stuff like that. So this is more customize your mount. This is giving it, damage reduction and resistances and natural abilities. This is giving it immunities. They're just quality of life stuff that allows you to, as the game progresses, keep your mount in play and do stuff as the epitome of a mounted melee monster. So instead of like a +1 to attack or extra helpful stuff from orders, I'm giving your mount a boost. You should also know I allow creating races. Everyone starts with 12 RP free. That's the base. This is my character creation sheet, by the way. I'm only allowing the following classes, the following PRCs, the following sources listed down here, and exceptions. I do not allow Words of Power, Sacred Geometry, Firearms, Spheres of Might, anything in an archetype that pulls from these, okay? But I do allow this stuff down here. So if you want to pull from Magic Item Compendium and Libris Mortis, you want to pull from Races of the Dragon, Dragon Magic, Heroes of Battle, Spell Compendium. We're gonna make a reference here. Spell Compendium is only for ideas for spells. We are not using actual spells. Hero points, you get 2 at creation. Here's my feat tax stuff and house rules. Animal companions. This is where I was going. Animal companions I have buffed. Put simply, animal companions do not hold up against anything but low-level creatures, and I build my own creatures, so my creatures are stronger than those in the bestiary. Therefore, they get wealth as an NPC cohort. You can find that with this link here. They get a better feat progression. They get better skills, which is then modified by their intelligence penalty. Their BAB goes to what their hit dice is instead of like cleric BAB, and they get fighter hit dice instead of cleric hit dice, D10 instead. This will allow you to armor them, and you get the extra feat to be able to, like, say, purchase what you need to survive, a weapon focus, claws, and toughness, for instance. You're familiar and giving feats in gold as well. This will cover some basics on spellcasting and stuff. We're going to go back here and go to the core page and cover racial stuff now that I've covered that. We're back at the core creation. This is your RP XP exchange. This kicks in after your 12th free. So you get 12 free, and after that you start up here. That's important to note. So if you are going to spend 15 RP on your race, you only pay 9, just like, where is my, my Asimar, he has 15 RP, okay? So if we go back over here, you'll notice the cost of 5 XP. 5 XP is 3 RP. 12 plus 3 equals 15, cost 5. If you build your own race, the first 12 do not count. You only pay for your 13th starting here, anything that follows. And it scales up, so if you spend 90 RP over your career, it is going to cost you 280 XP. And on this core page, you can buy anything you want and still keep spending XP you gather as you adventure on RP. If you only spend it on core page, martial training, and race building. The only thing on core that you cannot spend on your racial stuff is up here. Buying disables RP buy on proficiencies. If you buy on the special or complex abilities or spellcasting or psionics or PRC tabs, it disables your ability to purchase racial stuff. So if you're going to make a custom freak that does, like if you want to make a ninja turtle, you need to buy all the turtle stuff and finish your turtle build before you put the ninja stuff on. That's important. Going back, hit dice markers. This is the column we are using. We are not doing Gestalt this game. Your first hit dice, you start with 25. Your second, from where you start, is 10 XP higher. What I am doing here, I'm getting slightly higher for XP start, and that means you're going to be 5 off my tracker. So instead of at 35, it's going to be at 40, because it's going to be 10 higher than that. I'm giving you 5 extra to do a little bit more in case you want to make a racial adjustment or you want to pick up something extra. And then it goes down the line, so you can see where we're going to be targeting. So instead of 25 to 35, it's going to be 30 to 40 here. It's kind of halfway between this. But it's not going to expand like this does. It's going to be 40, 60, 90, 115, 140, etc. is how I'm going to track you here. Our next tab is martial training. This is a insert I had to do in order to give martials something to spend to enhance their play style to compete with magic. Eventually, as a martial in the level 9, 10, 11 area, because feats are so much cheaper, and that's a huge part of what martials deal with, they run out of stuff to spend XP on, and they have to either go wide and the fighter has to get rogue abilities, or they have to pick up spell casting. So this will insert something for them to spend XP on, and it'll give them options. So I have set up 3 feats that, as you get more hit dice and more control over your ability to fight, you can pick up these feats that allow you to switch paths of the move action, blend 2 martial paths at the same time to have 2 active stances and abilities. And this last one will allow you to switch paths as a move action. So in the event you want to pick up multiple paths and switch between them, it's possible for you to do so. Universal requirements: improved unarmed strike and BAB equals hit dice. You have to meet those. Restriction: only 1 path may be used at a time, and that's covered here. Undead: use charisma in place of con requirements. Special: it costs double XP for spellcasters. This was not meant for them, but as a spellcaster you can use them by paying double the XP. So this costs 3 XP. The stance at level 2 is the earliest you can get it for a wrestler, let's say. It'll cost 6 for a cleric who wants to use bear stance. And then it gives you the benefit, the restrictions, and then there's the defense minor, defense major, offense minor, offense major, and each of them have a cost and a hit dice requirement. They give you stuff. So this tab is an option of add-on stuff that marshals can get, and they each have restrictions. Some of them are attributes, some of them are must be unarmored, some of them are, choose one elemental type, must be unarmored and applies only while utilizing a ranged attack with dual attribute requirements, stuff like that. So this one is must be unarmed and unarmored. This is clearly a monk option. This is unarmored. This is a defensive option, etc. This one, tarantula style, only works with thrown weapons while not when wearing heavier than light armor and no shield, for instance. And I have some empty ones down here. So this ends at row 90, but I've got like from turtle to bear. I've got some options for people, and like this one gives you powerful build, natural armor, and stability. And I've tagged some notes here on some of these. Natural armor upgrade from 2 to 4 with metal. Metal is a holdover from 3.5, and it is found on the Psywar page on Dreamscarred Press. If you are interested, it's one of the last Psywar paths as an option. This is a neat one for a monk wrestler. Grab with natural or unarmed attacks, and it links you to grab here. So reach and strength, and what you need to do is you need to invest in the stance first, and then you choose either of the minors you can pick up after that at the next hit dice 3. You need the minor and the stance before a major, but only the stance before either minor. You do not need to go defense into defense major and then offense major. You can choose either of these gray minors before either major, doesn't matter which. You do not have to take all of these. You can choose only to take the stance and a defense minor and never go into offense, for instance. So like boar is a charging one, crane is defensive, and it allows you to quickly strike and to mitigate some damage by striking rapidly, and it allows you to hit pressure points. So that's a controlled quick attack that allows you some defensive options. Dragon is all about elemental resistances and damage. It's basically like taking part of the half dragon template and getting your con mod to damage and elemental damage on melee strikes. And then the upgrade is hit dice to damage and elemental damage on melee strikes. So if you want to simulate the unarmed guy who attacks with his fists and has flaming fists, this might be an option for you instead of an expensive amulet. The eagle stance is one I recently did for ranged people. This gives you a debuff on the offense and some AC bonuses when you are using the stance. So +2 dodge and reflex, +4 to an overall of +6 dodge, AC, and reflex for an unarmed archer. Or unarmored archer. And this is if 2 or more hits occur in the same round, halve speed of target until damage is dealt. The target moves while slowed in this manner. Treat as flat-footed. And then the upgrade is doubles crit range. And then this will stack with keen for weapons. It will also apply to range touch spells. So this will work for a spellcaster, but it's double the cost. It's 6, 10, 18, 10, 18 to get all of this for spell caches is 3, 5, 9, 5, 9. Leopard is the rogue with evasion and pounce on charge. Mantis is a defensive and stunning combo. Wisdom, will, immune to mind affecting, and it increases your attack of opportunity crit strike, and when you critical strike, you stun a stunning fist. Monkey is defensive with some offensive capabilities. Snake is the charisma based one. Add charisma to AC as dodge bonus if unarmored. Gives reach, and it deals double damage and deal charisma mod to dex of target on successful attack and fort save. They have a neat little pain strike. Tarantula is the thrown specialist one. So if you want to throw knives, this is an option. There's a debuff here, and add wisdom monitor to damage of all thrown weapon strikes. Tiger is the straight up offensive, big beefy dude. Double con bonus to hit points, +4 to strength, add con to CMD, add con to CMB. And then increase damage on your two-handed attacks. Turtle is the defensive option. Extra con, natural armor gained equal to 1/2 con mod, etc. This one will give you DR based on con mod. This one will give you a free grapple check on any foe which you hit last turn. This one will make unarmed attackers take damage equal to the amount of DR you have, and if armed, the attacker's weapon starts to take damage if it doesn't have a hardness higher than your DR. And that's all of them, I think. Spellcasting, full psionics magic transference, so dispel magic works on psionics and vice versa. In order to buy spell points, you spend XP, and they are bundled just like skills. So this is the list of what you pay for your next bundle, and it's color-coded between bundles here for your ease. So from 27 to 35 points, that's 9. In order to straight up buy 35 points, it costs 27 XP. Cap, you may not spend more XP than your caster level on any spell, and this is important. If you are taking traits and feats that reduce the spell level of spell cost when you expend the spell, when you pay for the spell, that does not affect this cap. I.e., if you have a fate that a feat or a trait that reduced by 1 spell level the cost of something, that doesn't mean at cast level 5 you can cast a 4th level spell because it only costs 5 XP due to that trait or feat. It means you can cast a 3rd level spell and it costs 3 SP. That's important. I do not allow you to stack 19 levels of spell effects and cast it as, something as lower, even if you're only cast level 7. Caster level, you purchase your caster level, and if you want more than 1 caster level, you can do so. Each caster level costs 2 XP, and they are limited to your hit dice. If you have multiple caster levels, you need to purchase multiple spell point pools, and this is important. I do not suggest this unless you are very experienced with point-buy systems and you have a specific need for this. The reason being, 1, I have incorporated all classes into one singular class. It's unnecessary anymore. And 2, if you purchase 12 spell points for your battle mage component and you want to get 7 spell points for your healer component, you do not pay 3 and 6, you pay 11 overall, which is a difference of 2 cost, right? So you purchase 18 and you divvy up 7 and 11 between the two instead of 3 plus 6 equals 9 for 19. You have to purchase 18 for 11. And then you split that pool. So you combine the two pools for cost, purchase the cost, and then divvy up which pool you want them to go to. That's why I don't suggest doing so. Spell components are listed here. Range, target, duration. The cantrip 0 level option is always free for the components. So that's listed here. The seed 0 level costs 1 XP to learn. The first level costs 3. The fifth level costs, or the second level costs 5. The third level costs 7. The fourth level costs 9. The fifth level costs 11. And that's for the low DC 10 to 15 learn. The higher 20 to 30 costs a little bit more. 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So it's a little bit more. The information here, I want to go over, not down. We have, I am using the auto scaling simple conversion for DSP Psionics, which is listed here for the levels. And then the attribute bonus for SP, you want to go up and to, if it will load. Come on, buddy, load. That's not working. It's like, derp, you want to do stuff, we're not going to let you, derp. Anyhow, attributes. Maybe it'll do this. Thanks for helping me out, SRD. This chart. When you get bonus spell slots from a high attribute, you only access the ones you can cast, and that's important. If you have an 18 wisdom as a cleric, at level 1, you only get 1 SP because you only access that one first level slot. Once you hit 3 caster level, you earn this second level slot and you get 3 SP. Once you're 5th caster level, you earn this slot and get 5 SP extra. Once you're 7th level, you earn this slot and you get 7 extra SP. So at level 7, you are due 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1, 16. At first level, you only get 1. That's how I'm handling this. So you don't want to crank up to 22 and expect to get an absurd amount of extra SP because you're only going to get 2. You will eventually get this, but not until, you know, your caster level and your level goes up by 10 or 11 or 12, depending on how high you go. So keep that in mind. I have added some spellcasting feats, and I might add some more for level 10 entrance down here. To expert in range component costs 1 spell level less. Targeting and extend for duration. What this means is at cast level 3, you can purchase for 1 XP close, right? And then that feat and close costs 0, just like self and touch, and you won't have to pay spell level costs to modify. And there's 1 for each of these categories here. Seeds I've listed here, and I haven't done some of them. Like creation, I've only listed 2 spells. Basically what I've done, I started doing is categorizing the damage caps for these for instantaneous spells, and then listing what spell effects from the SRD list of spells fit into these. And basically it works like this. First level seed is first and second level effects. Second level is third and fourth level effects. Third level seed is fifth and sixth level effects. Fourth level seed is seventh and eighth level effects. Fifth level seed is ninth level effects. So I've condensed it down so that a fifth level seed effect is the equivalent of a ninth level strength spell, and then you add in the kicker long range caster level, spell level 3. So a fifth level seed with long range is an 8th level spell. If you want to make it into a 10-foot line, it's a 9th level spell with the expert range and expert target. You can work in target level 3 instead and do a 30-foot line or a 15-foot burst radius for a 9th level spell by mitigating long to 2 and target to 2. It drops 2 spell levels. That's where those feats come in handy. And this is all covered here. Range components, seeds, learning seeds, mixing seeds, opposition. It's all covered here. Psionics I haven't touched. I'm not going to convert psionics now, and I may never convert them. I'm not certain. But that's all listed here, and the stuff I'm allowing is listed here. It's hyperlinked. It's costed out for XP cost, and the same things apply. You need the basic hit dice and manifestor level to access this stuff, in addition to what's listed here. PRC abilities, the ones I'm allowing are listed here. Some of them are hyperlinked. The ones like Argent Savant from 3.5 is not hyperlinked. I've given you the prerequisites, I've given you the cost, and that's all listed on this tab, and then that's the end of my hack. So I've gone over and laid out how I am going to use my hack, and I hope this has helped you folks that are like, what's this big spreadsheet and what do I do with it and where is everything. This is the basic, where stuff is, what it is, and there's information here and how do I read it. I have another video of how do I build a character with this system, and that is also linked, so feel free to check that out. And it goes over how to build in this hack and also input it into Fantasy Grounds. So that's another video. So thank you folks for watching, and if you have questions, you can contact me on Discord or any of the other places you see this at. Thank you.